Hey YouTube, it's your girl, Mrs. Balance Sheet, and I'm super excited. Oh my goodness. I finally got my auditing exam score today, and I was just super nervous. I wasn't sure how I did. Although I did my CPA review and I got a passing score on that, when you're taking an exam, you just never know. And quite frankly, one of the last questions, I ran out of time. I had no time. I had like 60 seconds left to answer it. So I literally guessed the answer, literally. And it was like, a simulation. So it was long. So it was like maybe 15 answers that I guessed. But even with that, I passed the exam with an 81. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I can do it. But this video is for anyone out there who's taking a CPA exam or taking any exam or doing anything, and you're just not sure whether you can do it. For me, some of my challenges were that I'm married, I'm a mother of 3, I'm own my own business. We have rental property that I, along with my husband, manage. So my life is very chaotic, and finding time to actually study, I knew if I could study, I could pass, but finding the time to really sit there and focus on this hard-ass exam was very difficult for me. It took me a long time to even be able to sit in one chair for more than like 2 hours and study. And by the end of the exam, I was able to sit down and park my butt and study for like literally like 8 hours straight. I mean, of course I'll take a break, here or there, but anyhow, a lot of times in life, we try to do things, and sometimes we're our biggest enemy mentally in thinking that we can't. But for me, the way I passed was that I told myself I would pass, number one, but I'm realistic. Secondly, I told myself if I did not pass, I was going to try again. And although I felt like I was studying my ass off, because I was literally studying like 40 to 50 hours a week. And I will say that I did that. I mean, I started off slow. For the last 3 weeks, I studied like 40 to 50 hours a week. I started out studying like 20 hours a week and gradually built up to that, 40 or 50 hours a week. But I studied a total of 45 days for this exam, and I passed. And I used my study course thoroughly. Everything that was given to me, I did an online study course. And I'm not being paid by anyone, but I'm just sharing with you guys that I used Wiley CPA Excel. And I don't know if I told you guys this. I know I said I'm married, I have kids, everything, but I'm 38 years old. So I have been out of grad school. I finished grad school when I was 27. So I have been out of the traditional, um, you know, grad school environment for 11 years. And I've worked for myself for the last 6 years, so it was hard just being disciplined and focused. But I mean, if you want to pass, or if you want any tips, hit me up below, and I'll give you tips what helped me pass. And if you want to pass, all I would say is, stay focused. You have to make the time. We always have things that are going on in our lives, family. Some people say, oh, forget about family. No, I'm a mother, and a wife before anything else. So although, I did tell them that mommy needed time to study, I did not forsake my responsibilities. You have to learn to manage things. Now, one thing I always, do have to give up a little bit is my social time, the time I spend with friends, and associates. So that's what I gave up. And it's not like I have a ton of them anyway, but I had to say no to things. People invited me places. People wanted me to do things with them socially. I had to say no. Even one thing I did have to say no to, I volunteer a lot, and I had to say no to some of the places I volunteer at, because at the end of the day, it's something that I wanted to do. And I had to manage my time. And in doing so, you're going to have to tell people no. And for me, it's better to tell people, friends and associates no than to tell, my kids or my husband no. And I had to tell them no sometimes too. I felt guilty. It was mother's guilt. But at the end of the day, this is something that I'm doing for them as well because, they get to see their mom doing something positive and doing a very challenging exam, and they didn't even understand. They were like, Mom, you have your business, you're an accountant already, you have a master's degree, why are you doing this, why are you studying so much? And I told them, like, learning is something that you can never stop doing. If you feel the desire and you want to challenge yourself, go ahead, no matter what your age is, no matter what your circumstance is. And it's all about proper planning and just managing your time. I mean, that's what got me, across the finish line. And like I said, I didn't even finish the exam and I passed. But the exam that I did, the part that I did do, I felt confident with those answers because of, my studying. So, I used video lectures, I used the textbook. I took notes from the textbook. I'm a note taker. And I used flashcards. And I still had all of those items loaded on my iPad. I tried to do my phone, but my phone was just so tiny and it just didn't work. So normally if I was on the go, I would study from my iPad, or I will pull out like actual traditional flashcards, which I got with the CPA exam that I use, CPA Excel. This is it. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, it's actually a little bit, it's outdated. So, I mean, I think I ordered this like 5 years ago. So in 2011, yeah, this is 2016. So I went through and the flashcards, all this content was on my online course also. So I compared, and that was actually a method of studying also, just making sure that everything was updated so that when I did resort to using the physical flashcards, they were actually updated. So this is what they look like. They're this big. I think you get 250 of them with this program that I did, CPA Excel. And I even took notes on the flashcards when I needed to correct them or if I needed more clarification. Online, the online version for auditing at least, they have 1,000 flashcards online, but you get 250. I read all the flashcards. I literally tried to read everything. The only thing with auditing that I actually didn't read was all the different reports. I didn't like literally read them. I just skimmed through them to know the difference. But if you have any questions, or if I can motivate you in any way, just, leave a comment below and I'll be happy to do so. Thanks for watching. Bye.